When AOC happily psychoanalyzes groups of people, then it's an invitation to return the favor, right? If she can do it, she's saying that people who support Trump are projecting their masculine insecurity. But isn't she saying that because of her own insecurities about her boyfriend's masculinity, right? She must realize how soft and buttery and feminine progressive males are. And it's hard to get horny with a snowflake. So it's why, and I think this is why she is so pro-illegal immigration. She's projecting her secret desires for young, virile men who are coming here in droves, and she's stuck with Pajama Boy, and it's driving her crazy. All these Trump supporters, men, MMA fighters, drives her nuts.
Yeah, so that was obviously one of the most disgusting things I think that I've seen on Fox News. Every bit of it disgusting. Everything that Greg Gutfeld said, a guy who has not spent 5 minutes since she entered, public office, not thinking about her in a sexual fashion. The fact that you had the people around the table, including women, laughing at the jokes that this comedian was telling, that was disgusting. That said, let's put it in context. So what is it that led Greg Gutfeld to talk in such a disgusting fashion about a sitting congresswoman? Here it is.
Donald Trump is what you actually get when you want a politician to embody all of your hopes and dreams and caricatures of yourself.
Yes.
And Donald Trump affirms insecure men's idea of masculinity.
Yes.
They affirm insecure people's idea of wealth.
Internalized misogyny.
Yeah. Insecure white folks' idea of race.
Greg, I want to start with you because this infuriates.
So they hate that she pointed out what the grift is. Not just that Donald Trump appeals to those insecurities, but it is their job to create those insecurities. Every right-wing man attempts to destroy the self-esteem of other right-wing men in their audience, to get them to constantly be terrified about whether they're alpha enough, whether they're masculine enough. All of them try to instill in their white listeners and viewers a feeling of oh God, are white people being attacked? They are an insecurity creation machine. That is what they produce. They break down and deconstruct these people so they will be desperate for a solution. Some strong alpha man who is going to make them feel safe and secure again. And they don't like that AOC so concisely broke down exactly what the grift was. That's my view. Sharon, what do you think?
I wanted to throw up when he uttered soft and buttery. Okay, that was the first thing. The second thing is Judge Jeanine is always infuriated, so whatever. But in their view, AOC earned the misogyny and the sexism and the filth, the piggery, because she peeled the curtain back and did exactly what you described. She just gave the blueprint of what's going on here to try to enlighten people, educate people if they choose to be. And so for that, she is further cast as this object, this sexual being. And it's just so gross. It's just so gross. It makes her more of a target, which I think they also intend for people to mistreat her, even do harm to her. I really think it's not too much to say that.
Yeah, no, they want her to be raped. They want her to be assaulted.
Yes.
They want her to be murdered.
Yes.
That's what they want. Or at the very least, they're not worried about it at all. That's what they want. And
then they want to blame it on someone crossing the border, right? That's what they really want to do.
100%. And they just, she points out their sexual frustration or whatever. They are obsessed with women. My God, they are some of them theoretically have had sex in their life, or maybe are even married. They've been able to delude some woman into shackling themselves to it. But they still have that fundamental seed of incelship. The belief that I didn't get the women I wanted when I was younger. They all owed me what I wanted. And so the suspicion and the misogyny and all that, they can't hide it, and they don't need to hide it because the base that they're playing to feels the same thing. So they reveal themselves, they expose themselves psychologically. On Pirro, we didn't hear much from her, but I would correct her, Jeanine Pirro. It's pronounced I'm intoxicated, not infuriated. But anyway, this is of course not the first time that Gutfeld has done this. Even Matt Gaetz called out Fox hosts for overly sexualizing AOC. And when he did that, Greg Gutfeld said that he would stop doing it. Now, obviously he couldn't stick to that. He knows his audience, and so he's right back there doing it again. But just really fast, I remembered when I saw this. I remembered someone criticizing AOC, saying like, you try to make it seem as if all these men want you. Why would you say that? And then I was able to find it actually, because she had at one point posted an image. She was on vacation with her boyfriend, and nothing infuriates these people more than that there is a guy who is not them that is with AOC. And it was an image, and they could not stop talking about it and tweeting about it and all that. And so she posted some messages, including this. We can put up the tweet, criticizing them for that, saying these people clearly need therapy, won't do it, and use politics as their outlet instead. It's really weird. She talks about their deranged sexual frustrations and all that. And it's totally true. And coming out of that, Candace Owens attacked her, saying that it was immature. I don't want to sleep with you. That's not why people criticize you. Well, maybe that's not why Candace Owens criticizes her. But for the men, it sure seems to be a big part of it. That's what I would say. Any other thoughts, Sharon?
What you said times 10, they want to be her or they want to be with her. And so it's really stalking. It's in every sense of the word. They're stalking her, they're hunting her. She excites them in these ways. And so even though they're projecting this hate upon her, the truth is they want her. I would love to have one of Carrie Lake's recordings, secret recording. If one of them, if Greg and AOC, well, I fear for her safety, we're in an elevator. And I just want, and if she just allowed him just a little bit of conversation, because really, is it even worth it? Because I think they really do envy and admire and are intoxicated by her. And it's something that perhaps they've never seen before. The intelligence, the beauty, all of it, they have to have it.
Yeah, they and not only do they feel these things, but they want all of their followers to only see her through that lens, to only see women through that lens. They don't want there to be space for the men to say, oh, this is a woman who has accomplished amazing things at a young age, who shows a remarkable depth of understanding of a broad base of different policies, who actually cares about representing her constituents and tries to actually do that. There's not supposed to be aspirational figures like that, especially not women. And so, no, don't think of her in that way. Just think of her as she's a person who wants to get horny for immigrants or something. Like that is what they have their own personal grievances, their own personal issues, but they also do not want the men in their party to wake up to the idea that, hey, maybe we'd all be better off if we gave women the opportunities and respect that they deserve.